Of course, the conference takes place against the backdrop of a huge global crisis of wars. A war between NATO and Russia presented as a Ukraine war, and now the war that has broken up between Palestine and Israel. And we know that the Central Republic has been characterized by many battles, many wars in Niger and everywhere else. Our take and our attitude is that we must struggle to bring to an end all these wars. We want peace in the world today. And of course, this does not just start with wars. It starts with the fact that 30% of the population of the world is not allowed to trade freely. The people of Cuba, the people of Venezuela, the people of Zimbabwe, Iran, and many other countries continues to be victims of sanctions from the United States. We've got latest technologies today. There should be no people, women, children who are basically suffering. The people of Sudan in a war that should have been ended long time ago, and we should be taking a stance that these wars must come to an end. We need peace. We got enough mineral resources that could be deployed in driving manufacturing, industrialization, building inclusive economies where there must be fair economic distribution. And therefore, the dilemmas are debating that to begin to say, how do we ensure that all people of the world come together to prevail to the United States of America, to say you are an empire that is supposed not to be spreading wars, deploying machine guns to kill people. It is about time that we talk about peace. And the war between Russia and Ukraine must end. The war between Palestine and Israel must end. Netanyahu must be told to basically take 2 steps back and cease fire and stop bombing Gaza and West Bank. The people of Palestine need peace. And I'm just saying we got a lot of latest technologies that we should be deploying to advance humanity, to build economies, to ensure that the people of the world live better. Of course, we call this socialism. I think one of the things that as a union and other affiliates that we work with and the federations we built and we are building, we have consistently maintained that there can be no revolutionary movement forward without revolutionary theory. And therefore raising levels of consciousness of our members, building a strong shop stewards and being clued up about the importance of a revolutionary agenda. All of this corporatist institution, they played a very critical role in demobilizing the working class. So one of the things in the dilemmas we're talking about is how do we mobilize? How do we go around these hurdles and go back to basics so that we mobilize the working class as a class, and it must take full responsibility for their future and to pursue class struggle, which is the only guarantee for fundamental change. Lula remained an inspiration to us. When he was jailed, we were among those globally who stand firmly with him, and we mobilized. We were part of the Free Lula campaign, and we're very pleased that he's not just free, he is in charge of providing leadership once more in Brazil. And I think that we have a special relationship between CUT and all trade unions and working class formation, MSTs here. And for us, this is a strategic relationship. This is an important relationship. On the question you're raising, we must appreciate that in solidarity, we must have solidarity to fight to improve benefits and conditions of workers. We must put together a revolutionary agenda. You know, you can't expect Lula to make miracles. That thing called a beast called the state is a very big beast. In fact, Lenin teaches us that a state is but nothing but an organ of oppression. The dominant class in society reproduces itself in the state. And therefore, to impose the hegemony of the working class in the state is a struggle. So you can't take the state that is shaped to oppress, to exploit. You must transform that state. And therefore, power must be conquered. I mean, we, for instance, we experienced in Brazil recently, whilst we were busy celebrating, there was a coup that was being attempted by Bolsonaro and all counter-revolutionary forces. And therefore, we need to deepen democracy, and therefore, we need to continue to organize, we need to mobilize, we need to continue to stand in solidarity, we need to make sure that that state is transformed so that Lula in Brazil can be able to execute programs that are beneficiary to the people of Brazil.